My my hobby. Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
I'm Nirja. I'm studying 10th grade. My hobbies are playing games and watching TV. My future ambition is to become a nurse.
Wait, what was the last line? Sorry, it was telling me that it was recording, and so I couldn't hear your last thing you said.
Nirja, would you like to repeat the last word that you want to become?
Sorry.
My future a
Say
nurse.
it. A nurse. She wants to become a nurse.
Oh, that's awesome. Nice. Thank you so much for sharing.
Jagadish, it's your turn.
Yes, sir. Hi, ma'am.
Hi.
My name is Dr. Jagdish. My hobbies are reading books, playing games, and watching TV. My future ambition is to become an army person.
Nice. And you like reading books. Me too. That's awesome. Do you have a favorite book?
Rohita, so what is your favorite book, Jagadish? Can you share your favorite book? So what will be your favorite book?
Yes. Funny books,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Funny books? Okay, I like that. That's cool. Thank you for sharing.
Rohita.
Hello,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Hi.
This is Lohita Girja. I have completed 7th grade. My hobbies are reading books, playing games, watching TV, and dancing. My future ambition is to become an English teacher.
Oh my goodness. We have so much in common. I like reading and I like dancing. And I'm an English teacher. That's awesome. I teach dance classes after school, actually. So I like to dance too.
Rohita,
What kind of?
Rohita, you have to learn a lot from Emily because whatever the hobbies that you have, and you also can find so those hobbies in Emily. So maybe both are the same in terms of the hobbies. Varshita, it's
Yes,
your turn.
reading and dancing.
Yeah, Varshita, it's your turn.
Yes, sir. Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
I'm Vashita. I'm studying 10th grade. My hobbies are reading books, playing games, and watching TV. My future ambition is to become an engineer.
An engineer. Very
ma'am.
math smart. That's awesome. My husband is an engineer and he does a lot of math, and I'm not very good at math, but I do like English. That's very good.
That is
Thank you,
your
ma'am.
turn. Yeah. So these are all kids actually. They are all living in village, including me also, where the net connectivity is not that much effective and to organize these sessions. But still, we are managing to do it with the help of some strong network connectivity that I have. So that's why they are able to organize. So Kaushik, it's your turn.
Hello, ma'am. My name is Kaushik. My hobbies are reading books, playing games, and watching TV. My future ambition is to become a police officer.
I couldn't quite hear him. I
Police
think it's
officer.
when.
He wants to become a police officer.
Oh, what?
Police officer.
I
He
can't
wants to
understand
become
that.
a police officer.
Sorry. Hold on, my
Kaushik.
Wi-Fi keeps cutting out. Let me fix this. It says that my connection is low. Jeez. Normally I would do this from my own classroom, but they are redoing some of the floors in our school, so I have to do it from my house. Okay, sorry. What does he want to be?
Kaushik, would you like to repeat again?
Police officer. My future ambition is to become a police officer.
Very cool. Okay. I got it that time. Thank you. Very cool.
Yeah, Emily, I think you are also an English teacher. So could you please share a few tips, important tips for my students to master the English language? What topics should they learn to master the English language? Of course, for us, a third language. English is a third language. We speak
Yes.
our mother tongue, one of the regional languages in India. And second one is our national language. So English is the third language. So, but we give the priority to the English language than any one of the other two languages, than any other language, in fact, because we think the English is the international language, it is a window of the world, and
Hmm.
which can make us maybe communicate even with our fellow Indians, because India is a huge country with many languages. Each region has its own language. So in order to communicate with our fellow, we have to speak only in English. So because we can't learn all the 30 to 40 languages that are spoken across India. So
Wow.
the lingua franca language in India is English. So we give the highest priority for English language. So could you please offer any tips that my students and me, including, to master our English language skills? And can you suggest the topics that my students should learn in order to have a great command over the language?
Oh, that is a wonderful question, and one that I haven't thought about much because I teach native English speakers, but I do sometimes have Spanish students that come from Mexico or from other Central American countries, and they need a little more help learning English. So the first thing that I always say when learning a language is try to read as much as you can in that language, even if it's a children's book, a small story. Whenever I was learning Spanish, which I'm not very good at, but I'm trying, children's books help me a lot because it helps you see the patterns in the language in a simple way that, because sometimes if you try to read a big book, it's a little bit overwhelming for a while, but reading those smaller books helps you see the patterns in the language. I also think having conversations like this is really helpful. So any chance that you get to watch TV in English and maybe put the subtitles on so you can read the words at the bottom, or have a conversation with a friend in English, even if it's a silly conversation and you're saying, I want to eat cake, or I like to dance, whatever it is that you're doing, just getting that verbal practice of saying it. I think that as far as speaking English goes, one of the best tips is really focusing on the tenses, because English has a lot of acceptances to the rules, so things that don't necessarily follow the correct format. But if you really practice those tenses and you're communicating with a native English speaker, even if you use the wrong tense, or even if that word is an acceptance to the rule, if you use the wrong tense, we'll at least know what you're saying. So making sure that even if you're not sure if you're using it correctly, try and just use the tenses. That's really important. But honestly, just reading as much as you can. And I'm an English teacher, so obviously reading is important to me. That's what I always tell my own students to do. The only way you're going to get smarter is if you read more. But also having those conversations as much as you can.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving valuable insights about learning the language. So students, if you still have any questions, because it's a great opportunity for us, it's a golden opportunity, I should say that, because it's very rare to get the English teachers as guest teachers. So it's a rarest opportunity for us to interact with one of the native speakers of America. So if you have any questions regarding the acquisition of English language, please come forward and ask the question. It's a great opportunity for you.
Sir, can
Can
I ask a
anybody
question?
try to ask?
Question, sir.
So, yeah.
Ma'am, why do you want to be a teacher, ma'am?
What was it? It went out. What did you say? Could you repeat that? A little slower.
Why do you want to be a teacher, ma'am?
Oh, that's a great question. Thank you for asking. I did not always want to be a teacher. When I was in high school and I was about 15, 16 years old, I wanted to be a scientist, particularly a marine biologist, which means I wanted to study fish. I don't know now why I wanted to study fish, but when I was younger, I thought that would be so cool. And then I went to college and I was looking at microscopes in a science lab. So looking the little cells and all the little science things, and it was not very fun. But I wanted to have a job. I decided then I wanted to have a job where I could help people. I could interact with young adults like you guys, and help you become smarter and become better equipped or prepared for the world. And I also just think that people that are your age, teenagers, they're fun, and it's fun to work with teenagers because there's always jokes and silly things happening in the class, but I also get to help the next generation of leaders become impactful. And so that's why I want to be a teacher. It's really fun.
That's really a great story, inspirational story for us too. So students, if you have, students, if you
Can
have
I
any
Can I ask
questions,
Sir, can I ask?
better to ask English related questions. I mean, the language related questions, because it's a
Sir,
great
can I ask?
time. In fact, yes, Varshita,
Yes, sir.
yes, we can ask.
How can we improve our grammar skills, ma'am?
Oh man, grammar skills are hard. English is one of those weird languages where it was created out of a bunch of different languages. So some of the rules don't always apply to everything, which is very frustrating. And even as a native speaker, I get frustrated sometimes. I think that, like I was saying, one of the best things is to just read as much as you can, because the more exposed you are to the language, the more you see it with your own eyes or you hear it, the better it'll make sense to you. So, and sometimes in a classroom, you're reading it like a student, or you're learning it like a student, but it's different than actually hearing it in real life or reading it in a book. So reading it as much as you can and listening to native English speakers. If you go on YouTube and watch videos or watch English movies, just so you get those patterns in English, that will help a lot.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Thanks for asking.
Sir, can I ask?
In this Emily, in this connection, would you like to recommend any particular channel that my students can watch, and any particular recommendation?
Ooh. There's a great educational YouTube channel called Crash Course History. I'll put that in the chat so you guys can see it. Crash Course History. It's one word, like that. The guy on there speaks really, really fast. So you have to slow down the video. Even for me, he speaks really fast. But it's cool because you can look up any random history topic that you want, and he'll tell you about that topic. So you're getting to learn about history of some part of the world, but you're also getting to hear the language. And he uses a lot of kind of like slang terms. So just words that you may not necessarily learn in a classroom, but that are commonly used when speaking with a native speaker. So if you can watch his videos, but slow them down, he speaks very fast. So slow them down, but then those are good videos. You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Ask one question, sir.
Sir,
Yes,
can I ask
Nagalakshmi.
one question?
First, let us give the chance to Nagalakshmi because she sounded first. Nagalakshmi, go ahead.
Sir, suggest some ways to improve my communicative skills.
Some tips to improve communicative skills,
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm
speaking.
looking.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I think if you can find anyone, I don't know if there's anyone that you know near you that speaks English natively, that's the first step. But if not, that's okay. I think if you could listen to people speak English on a video or a show, and maybe practice repeating it and record yourself saying it, that way you can hear what you're saying, because sometimes we think we're saying things correctly and we're not. So if you record yourself saying it, listen back to it and see where it sounds different or where you need to improve. I also think that a lot of your native languages in India are really fast. And so when you speak English, sometimes you say it really quickly. And this isn't true for all English speakers, but I'm from the southern part of America and we talk very slow normally. So sometimes you're talking really fast and I can't keep up with my own language. So practice talking slower and record yourself speaking.
I think Nagala
Thank you, ma'am.
is really a good suggestion given by our guest teacher. So you can record your voice and you can listen to it so that you can improve your communication skills. The best suggestion. So anybody else? Lohita. Go ahead. Lohita.
Please give me some tips to speak English.
Some tips to speak English. Well, like I said, recording your voice is one of the best things because I know when I was learning Spanish, I would think that I was saying things correctly. And then I would record myself saying it with my phone and I would listen to it. And I was thinking to myself, this is terrible. I sound awful, but I didn't know because I felt like I was saying it right. So when you record yourself saying it, that definitely helps you be able to hear what you're saying and also slowing down. So that's just a personal thing because I am from the South and we do talk slower, but that helps people better understand what you're saying so that even if you're saying it a little weird, if it's slower, the person listening can probably understand it better.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you,
any
ma'am.
more questions? Any more questions from our participants? So we have to appreciate our guest teacher because she is on vacation, I think, even though she is on vacation and she has spared her valuable time for our for us, in fact. So any questions from our participants? Kaushik or yes? Any more? Jagadish? Okay. So then, yes, we have to end this session. Emily, if you don't mind, could you please give me a final message to my students?
A final what to your students?
A final word, final message to my students. A
Okay.
final message.
Well, this has been so wonderful. I'm so glad that I got the opportunity to teach you guys because I don't often interact with students from around the world. So this has been a wonderful time. I hope that you've been able to practice your present tenses and learn a little bit more about them, maybe feel a little more confident in your present tense skills. And I also hope that you've enjoyed this opportunity that your teacher has provided for you because a lot of students around the world never get the chance to speak with teachers outside of their classroom. So keep working on your English skills, keep reading books. And even if they're not in English, just read every book you can. That is a great, great thing to do. It's the only way to get smarter. Read every book you can, listen to English when you can. If you can listen to it and then practice saying it and listen to yourself say it, that's going to help you get way better at English. And any chance you get to speak to somebody who speaks English natively, take it. Even if it's a random person you meet, ask them if you can have a quick conversation and just practice. But you guys are doing really well. I was really impressed by your work today and by your questions. And this has been a wonderful time with all of you.
Thank you so much, Emily, again for sparing your valuable time for joining us this great morning day in America. So we look forward to interact with you one more time, but maybe after the holidays, and we wish to reconnect again, wish to connect again with your students, and maybe next time, if at all we connect with you. So maybe with your students, we are going to do that. So let us wait for
Yes,
them.
I would love that.
Yeah, we are looking forward for that day. So thank you so much again, and have a great day. Students, say
You
bye
too.
to all. Yeah. Students, say bye.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.